Hello, my name is Theo. Welcome to a new day of the Elder Scrolls Arena. It is now the 18th of... God, I forgot. Is it Sun's Dusk? I think it's Sun's Dusk. Whatever. It's also the 18th of December. That's my birthday. Um, Remember how yesterday I told you how I always forget my birthday every year and I have to get called by my mum to remind me that it's my birthday? Well, yesterday I was talking about that and how I forgot it was my birthday, and my Japanese waifu was the one who was like, "Oh yeah, Dad. By the way," she's talking to her dad. It's Leo's birthday tomorrow. I was like, oh shit, it is. That's right, it is my fucking birthday tomorrow. Oh, that's right, I forgot again. Literally this morning I woke up. Like I've actually only really just woken up now. I woke up, I went into the kitchen. It's raining heavily now, which is, you know what, which is great for me, and I'll explain that in a moment. But I still got a stupid ass cough. God. Um, which is great to have on your birthday. But I went to the kitchen. The mum-in-law was there. I said good morning to her. She asked me if every morning she always goes, "Do you want something to eat?" And I'm like, "No, I can't eat anything. I'm not a morning person. I don't eat stuff in the morning. I usually skip breakfast because what's even the point? I usually just go straight for lunch, um, and then have a ginormous dinner, and maybe have a little bit of extra snack or something late at night. That's my 3 meals. So, although recently sometimes I just skip lunch as well. I usually don't get the late night snack. I just have a ginormous freaking dinner, and that's like my 1 meal of the day. But anyway, so we're talking there, and I'm like, okay, cause basically, well, I got this room right that I'm in at the moment, and that's my little sanctuary. Uh, but you know, I got to go out there and I got to mingle with the parents, mingle with the folks, that sort of thing. So I went and I did that for a little bit. And I'm like, yeah, I think I've done this long enough because I'm just sitting in a chair in a darkened room because the lights aren't on and there's a TV there but no one's turning it on. It's raining outside. I'm just sitting in a chair. Nothing is happening. And the mum-in-law and we can't communicate because she can barely speak English and I can barely speak Japanese. It's great. It's great. Anyway, um, so I'm like, yeah, I've done this for long enough. Let's get out of here. So I start walking away, and then she goes, "Oh yeah, Tanjobi Omedetou," which means congratulations on your birthday. Well, basically, it's the Japanese equivalent of happy birthday. I'm like, "Oh yeah, thanks," and then I went, "Oh shit, it's my birthday. Oh my god, I forgot again. I literally forgot that it was my birthday from yesterday. Dude, I bet you if I actually took a little nap right now on the couch, just for an hour, and then I woke up at like, 1 in the afternoon or whatever, I'd probably forget that it was my birthday again. It's weird. But anyway, we're gonna go have gyoza today. At least I think we are. I know, we better. I got these vouchers. I want to use them. I want to actually drink alcohol today. I never get to drink alcohol. Well, actually, to be fair, I did get to drink. I think it's called sochu, which is like this alcohol that's produced from various fruits and stuff. Um, I think I had a lime flavored one, so it was produced from lime. And it came in a big glass, and that was fine. That was great. But usually I don't get to drink. One thing about Japan is you cannot drink and drive. Like what I mean by that is you cannot drink anything and drive. So I don't remember what it is in America. In Australia, you need to have a blood alcohol content of less than 0.05. I can't remember what America is. Is it 0.04? 0.0? Someone leave a comment about that. But yeah, in Japan it's basically 0.000. Like you cannot have the slightest whiff of alcohol in your system. If you do, you basically get arrested. Dude, it's freaking harsh. But the advantage of that is the Japanese beer companies invented alcohol-free beer. Now you might go, ugh, alcohol-free beer. Guess what? It tastes identical to the real thing. Absolutely identical. Like, you cannot tell the difference between the real alcohol beer and the alcohol-free beer. Apart from the fact that the alcohol-free beer is really cheap because it's not real alcohol. It's great. So basically, if you just want to drink something, you buy the alcohol-free beer. If you want to get drunk, you buy the real beer. And you drink it at home because you can't go out. So I might, so that's one of the main reasons why I never get to drink, because I'm always driving, because the wife is a terrible driver, and if I don't drive, then we'll probably crash into a pole. So, but that being said, today I'm going to spoil myself. I'm going to have some sake. I'm going to get some warm sake, and lap that shit up, and I guess the waifu will drive me home. Because I'll be screwed if I'm not going to drink on my friggin' birthday. And not just drink, get hammered. Because that soju that I had the other day, they didn't give me it was one glass. It was interesting though. I did get a little bit. Well, it was one very big glass, but still, it was one glass. I don't want to have one glass. I want to get absolutely smashed, and I fully intend on doing that. So. Yeah, I'm a pretty good drunk. I'm a pretty quiet drunk, quiet, reserved drunk. I just sort of go into my shell and I just chill out. I just don't talk to anyone. I just sit there drinking my beer, not my beer, drinking my sake, having a good time. Yeah, so that's basically gonna be my birthday. No one's really. My mum gave me some presents, some clothes and stuff. She sent that stuff over, which is nice. But, you know, I basically told everyone, don't bother about buying me presents. I don't really need anything. Unless you're just going to give me money. I do believe my uncle and aunts are going to wire some money into my Australian bank account. Which is useful, because I got bills to pay at home. So, that's, you know, good. What else? Well, what else did I do since my last blog? I played a bit more of Yakuza 5. So I've been playing Yakuza 5. I think I mentioned that a while ago, though I don't have a lot of free time these days, so I don't get a lot of time to actually play the game. But I've been trying to push through it. It's kind of hard to you know, play that game when, you know, it's fully in Japanese and I don't know what the hell I'm doing half the time. But I made it far enough to the point where in this game, it's not really a spoiler. In this game, Kiryu Kazuma, arguably the main character, well, he's the main character in most of the games. He's one of the main characters in this game. I don't know the reason why. They explained it, but they explained it in Japanese, so I don't know what they were talking about. He, instead of, like in Yakuza 3, he had a little orphanage in Okinawa. And then, in 4... I can't remember what happened, but he went to Tokyo for some reason. Anyway, in this game, he's in Fukuoka, which is an island. It's north of Okinawa, and basically it's to the way west island of Japan. What I don't quite understand is why he went there. So he's not with Haruka. Haruka's gone and is doing her own thing. I think she's trying to become an idol. The kids, I don't even know what the kids are actually doing. I just know that there was a flashback where he was talking to them before he left. And then he went and fucked off. I don't know why he's gone. I don't know what the reason for that. Maybe it's kind of like a Goku situation where, you know, him being there is going to put the kids in danger because people are going to want to attack him, and therefore they will be, you know, they will get in trouble, just like how Goku decided to kill himself because all the bad dudes always kept trying to go after him. That sort of thing. But what he is doing in Fukuoka is he is a taxi driver, which is cool. I've always wanted to be a taxi driver, actually. I'd love to be a taxi driver in Japan, with the slight problem that is actually present in this game, and it's made me realize that I can never be a taxi driver, is you gotta talk a lot, you know? You don't... I don't know about American taxi drivers. Australian taxi drivers aren't really that talkative, but Japanese taxi drivers do, like, strike conversations and ask how your day was, where you're going, you know, how you feel, and that sort of stuff. How about them Yankees, eh? Like that kind of thing. I'm pretty sure American taxi drivers do that. Australians don't really do that. They just drive crazily. But yeah, Japanese taxi drivers are pretty cool. And being a taxi driver is interesting. So, guess what you can do? For the first time in Yakuza, you can drive a car! Oh, it's so awesome! Driving a car, man. Oh, it's great. So there's two forms of driving in the game. There's the most basic, or the most obvious, which is driving around the town map, which for the first time in, I think, any of the games... Oh, no, Yakuza... Okinawa had it a little bit. I'm talking about how cars would actually drive inside the world. And yeah, in Yakuza 3, in Okinawa, there was a street where cars would actually drive through and you could bump into them. Well, they wouldn't bump into you, but they'd stop and they'd honk the horn. In Kamurocho, you'd never have cars like driving inside. You just had the taxis that are already stationary. Anyway, so in this game, though, all streets, well, at least for Fukuoka, all streets have cars running around them, in them. So anyway, so yeah, there's the taxi missions where you got to pick up a dude or a lady and take her to where she's got to go. Shows you on the map where you got to go, and you've got to basically drive while obeying all road rules. There's like a point system. I think it's like a tip system, where if you make a mistake, like go through a stop sign, you lose points. If you bump into something, you lose a lot of points. If you almost run someone over, you lose more points. But then if you stop at a stop sign, stop at a red light, you know, do things in a timely manner, all that stuff. The interesting thing to note is, it's quite funny, is the speed limit, I think I mentioned this before, for most streets in Japan is about 50 kilometers an hour. So in this game, if you've got your finger right down on the accelerator, pedal to the metal, the car will only go a maximum of 50 kilometers an hour, which I think is quite funny. The other thing that's super annoying is, I mentioned it a moment ago, sometimes guys just like walk onto the street, like crossing the road, and you got to make sure you don't bump into them. Well, I'm going like, you know, a very slow speed. They just jump out at nowhere, and they just go boom, and you almost hit them, and you lose points. It's a pain in the butt. But anyway, it's fun. It's a fun little thing that you could do, and I know there's a whole bunch more to this game, but I'm only scratching the surface. But this is already a fun thing. So the next thing that happens, and I think it's part of they call it another story. It's like sort of like a side story for each character, and Killer uses this taxi thing, and it comes. I think he meets like a gangster or something, and then for some reason we're on the highway and we're racing. So the highway has like 3 circuit loops, and basically you do laps. So it's basically Gran Turismo, only with heat actions. And the heat actions are cool, like you jump up on 2 wheels or you do some cool drift move. But the thing is, you don't have to do anything special to pull them off, apart from press triangle at the right time. So, I mean, you know, but, I mean, it's fun. It's a fun racing game. It doesn't make any sense, though. I don't understand why, right, a respectable taxi driver would take his work car, which doesn't belong to him, it belongs to the company, and street race with it. I believe it's got something to do with trying to track down a notorious street racer, or I think I think the street racers that you race against are actually old employees of the company, and the CEO has asked you to do this to sort of like, you know, knuckle their heads together and tell them to get back to work, sort of thing. Because I do believe some of them rejoin you, but I don't know if that's true. I'm just speculating because I don't. I've started doing another thing in Yakuza 3 that's actually quite interesting, and it's a real shame I can't record it. I think I mentioned this before. Is I can't understand what half the things they're saying, and I at the beginning I would actually sit there like before you press X to get the next dialogue, and I would try to understand as much of that dialogue as possible before moving on to the next one. Problem with that is you'll sit there for like an hour and go through about a minute's worth of dialogue, and I can't do that. So what I've done instead is I've just started pressing X a bunch to skip the dialogue, and I done the fun game where you mute the TV and you just make up your own dialogue for the characters. So I've got Kiryu talking about fluffy bunnies while the CEO is saying, I like fluffy bunnies are great. And it's just, it's fun. It's fun. It's much more fun than knowing what they're actually saying, actually. Like, making up your own dialogue for Yakuza 4, screw it. But yeah, that being said, Sega, I would really like an English release, please. But anyway, that's Yakuza. You're driving in Yakuza is so fun. It's so fun. And you can customize your taxi, and you can have music, and you can like upgrade the engine. You know, Gran Turismo style. It's not Gran Turismo. I'll point that out right now, but it is similar. When I figured out how to drift, oh my god, the game was so much easier. I didn't know how to drift until like one of the last races in the other story. Because most of the time you don't have to. If you use your heat actions, you get this huge boost, and there's no way you can lose as long as you keep upgrading your car. But the last race is hard even with a fully upgraded car. But if you drift, again, it's super easy. So yeah. But anyway, that's about it for me today. Leave a comment if you want to wish me a happy birthday. But tomorrow we'll be fast traveling some more and we'll be blogging about something else. But for now, my name is Leo and I will see you next time.